Hello, everyone. I am excited to be coming at you from the realm of video. It's not a normal thing for me, so bear with me. But I really wanted to talk about the topic of manifestation, and it's something that I've been aware of. I would say ever since The Secret came out, like 15 years ago. It's been a term that I think has been floating around. The minds of many. And lately, in like the last like few months, I've really been sitting with um, the idea of like what is underneath the idea of manifestation, and what is the missing element that a lot of people seem to be forgetting when they approach the equation of manifesting, X, Y, or Z. And for me, it has been the element of working with the divine. And I say the divine in, quotations, insert any word that feels comfortable for you. But for me, it's the idea of working with a power greater than myself in my doership in my mind. And, AKA allowing grace to come in and to support and to help. And I find that a superpower for me in my own life is tapping into the undercurrent of grace and tapping into something bigger than myself to assist me in my heart's dreams. Um, and so I feel like a lot of times we can make manifestation be this really heady process of, checking off boxes and doing all this footwork to get to where we want to go. But that there is this, I really feel like as times are speeding up and as, we're shifting into new territories and new dimensions, that there is this quickening and that there is this rise of magic. And I use magic lightly, but also not. That there is a source behind, as the craziness rises, also the magic rises. And I feel like we all have this availability to tap into this unseen force that is truly like calling upon a superpower. And so I say all of this to remind people that even if the concept of grace or, a higher power or whatever you want to call it, the divine, is something that you're not comfortable with or familiar with, that there is still this energy all around us that wants to support us in achieving what our hearts are really here for. And so a fun way that I have been playing with it lately has been creating a conversation with the energy all around me. And I find that when we talk to life, life will talk back. And so for me, call it, I think it's important that we all find our own way to talk to life. And you might call it prayer, it could be a conversation, but something that I have been doing in my everyday life is I coined it dog earing. And I will literally see something, someone, experience something out in the world, and it really expands me, or it lights me up, or I'm attracted to, or I'm magnetized towards. Maybe, I'll just state the obvious. Maybe it's a really good looking man and I'm really drawn to his whole energy or his vibe. And so I will just say to myself, or I'll create a conversation and I just say, all right, universe, dog ear that. There's something in this person that I'm attracted to, so dog ear it. So it's literally like I'm just pinning throughout my day things that light me up. And I'm having a conversation with this unseen force, and just it's like a mental note. But it's not a mental note to be stored in my brain. It's as if I am letting this like intelligent technology that is operating my life know, like, hey, there's something there that I like, dog ear it. Or, maybe there's a feeling I'm experiencing and I want to experience more of it. I'll say dog ear it. And so it's really been fun. It's been like this holographic, like moving through like this like reality, and just like pinning certain things that spark my interest. It's like having like this invisible, I don't want to say vision board, but this invisible dialogue to start pinning things that spark my interest, because I feel like sometimes we can get oversaturated in the action, and then when stuff doesn't turn out how we expect it to, we get really down on ourselves, and we feel like we're not doing it right, or we're to blame, or we're at fault, or we're not good enough to have what we want. All of this, right? These are all like workings of our mind. And I find that sometimes when I step back and I just, like I said, create a conversation with that is more like a fun conversation. It's not like it's not an expectation. It's more like, hey, I'm getting to know you, source, divine, love. Here's what I like, so I give it to you and I surrender the rest. So I'm finding that it's been really, really fun, and a lot of really strange kismet things have been happening. So never underestimate the power of a conversation with the invisible, because definitely the air, the space, all around us, within us, above us, below us is intelligent and it's alive. And that's been backed by science. So tune into that, and I'm excited to continue this conversation more of manifestations, superpower, or not superpower, but the idea that the missing ingredient or the secret ingredient in manifestation is grace. And oftentimes we forget to call in that element. Lots of love wherever you are. Thank you for listening, and until we meet again.